Hey there, toy collector friends and Batman fans alike. Except this isn't an entry into my Batman Automobilia collection. Oh no, this is, if anything, an entry around my Corgi collectibles. This is, for me, a fantastic reissue. Now, I am the Triple TC, that's the Time Travelling Toy Collector, and today we are looking at Corgi's reissued Batmobile from the 1960s. This is beautiful. It's part of the Corgi Model Club, so it comes with this certificate of authenticity, which is really nice, with the lovely old Corgi logos, Corgi Toys logo from the 60s there. It's 267, goodness me, I'll start this again in a minute, as part of the collection. And there's a little bit of background to the Batmobile. There you can see. So it is based upon the 1960s TV series. I think it was a Lincoln model that was used as the base model for the car. And again, much like the James Bond DB5 reissue, this has been issued in this fantastic, and it is fantastic, reproduction boxwork. Now obviously it's not identical to the original because it's got to have lots of very specific legal bits and pieces on there for licensing and stuff, but as far as they've been able to do it, they absolutely have. And that's a nice touch, designed in Great Britain. There's your little Corgi, and it's just a beautiful piece. Corgi toys. So again, I think these all used to be piled up on shelves in toy shops, and they'd say, "Oh, can I'm after number 267." They could reach up and go, "Yep, there you go," and it's yours. It's the same both sides, I think. Yep, rocket firing with Batman and Robin. Now, somewhere, fun story before I take it out. Somewhere, I have my original Batmobile. Now, my original Batmobile of this sort of mould came in a 3-pack. It came in a 3-pack as the Batmobile, and it came with a sort of a trailer hook, which latched onto the Batboat, which was a plastic affair. It was nothing compared to the sort of Eagle Moss standard of which I don't say very often, of Batboat, but it was nevertheless tremendous for me as a kid. The colours were wrong as well. I think it was black with an orange fin, if memory serves, but it sat on the trailer, and it could be pulled by the Batmobile, and also the Batcopter, which again I also still have somewhere because I came across it when I was moving boxes of my mother's stuff. But for I don't know what had happened to the top rotors. They'd become very mangled. I don't know if a dog from my youth had got its teeth into it, or I'd had a boring afternoon and I'd got my own teeth into it. Either way, teeth had got to them. But can I find them now? No, I cannot. But if Corgi ever released that as a special edition 3-pack, I'm telling you now, it's got my money. So, you know, watch this space. I really hope they do. I really hope they work through all of their sort of classic TV stuff. TV and film stuff, because it was a wonderful back catalogue. I also have my Thunderbird 2 with Thunderbird 4 in the pod from the original Corgi range, which was a very peculiar sort of turquoise affair, but I've still got that. So anyway, enough about things that aren't the thing that's in front of us. This is beautiful. Now, you've seen me unbox, or if you haven't, by all means go away and have a look at it, but you can see me unbox the DB5 James Bond Aston Martin from Goldfinger and others films, and I was surprised then by the amount of features that had been included in that particular vehicle. I can't wait to see what are included with this, because I'm looking forward to being surprised by it. So so that was much easier than the DB5. So they don't waste time by sticking stuff on it. Join the Corgi Model Club. That's more like it. And again, already we can see we've got. So I want to get this the right way up. We've got some. It looks like this might be the right way up. We've got another interior card. So I'm going to pop the box just down there out of sight. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. See, I'm saying wow already. Apologies. conveying my innermost thoughts. But I really love this display. It really does sort of cater, does it not, to the collector in all of us. I'm going to zoom out slightly to try and get as much of that in as I can, and possibly push it. No, I'll pull it in a bit so we get as much as we can. What a fantastic backdrop. Before we even look at the toy itself, we've got here some information on the back. This, I think, is the sort of thing that would be out in, obviously I'm a little too young to know this, but how it would be displayed in toy shops, you know, for those who said, oh, that's amazing, and then they get the box. You've got illustrations of Batman and Robin there. We've got the Batmobile in action at the back there. I'm pretty sure the version I had, as I say, came in a sort of clear window variation of this, but my goodness me, this is fantastic. This is in a sort of plastic. Wow, I don't know why I'm nervous lifting it up. I'm just going to move it out of the way so we can have a proper look at this. So yep, triple rocket tubes, which are at the back, chain slasher blades at the front, lovely, turbine jet exhaust, which I think in this version actually moves with the rear wheels, but I'll check. Spring suspension, Batmobile owner's badge and rockets. Oh, because they fired rockets, so I'm assuming it comes with it. We had them hidden away. Here we go. Yeah, you can see there's an envelope inside. So before we look at, now is this going to be complicated? What's the easiest way? There we go. I don't want to bend anything too excessively. Okay, so we've got an envelope and a little plastic bag, which doesn't want to come out. What's in the little? Oh, okay, so the very retro. I hope that's going to hold. That'll probably hold once it's back in the box. So these are the missiles for the tubes, and I will be leaving them on there. I have absolutely no desire to do that. I remember the firing mechanism on mine get packed in. It was a wheel that you turned, but it packed in. Instructions. I don't think I'm going to need the instructions, but you never know. It might surprise me. What's this? Is that everything? It is everything. So we've got a okay, it's a sticker. Very 1960s. It's a sticker that we can stick onto our lapel, and here we have the Batmobile operating instructions. Kapow. Let's see how complex they are. Not very. That's the okay, that we know how the blade works. Yep, okay, and that shows how to launch the rockets. Anything on the back? Yes, there is. Owner badge. Oh, it shows us that it can soar into other Corgi cars. That's nice. Comes with a very gender specific approach to Batmobile owning. In addition, you should be able to spot the following. Wow. Aircraft type steering wheel, simulated bat phone, radar scanner on the hood, radar screen on the dashboard, blinking heck, there's a lot of stuff here. Fire extinguisher, dual antenna above the cockpit, simulated flashing beacon, and simulated rocket release lever in the... Wow, that's a lot of exceptionally good modelling. Let's see if we can spot it. And so here is the model in its glory. I'm going to dare to take it out of this plastic, which I'm not putting too far away. And it's quite, it's quite hefty, and I love the shine on it. I really love the shine on it. I love the slight blue tint as well to the cockpit. There are, my goodness, I can't believe how hefty it is. Now, it doesn't have, before anyone moans about it, it doesn't have the piping that the original TV series one does, and as is shown here, actually, on the illustration. I'm not sure why that is, but I'm kind of sure the original didn't either. It has really good hubcaps. You can see the back caps, hubcaps. That's a little bit bent, but I think remember it being a little bit bent. No, there's the... Does it? Yes, there we go. Look, so if you can see that, if it will zoom in, there's the exhaust that has a in and out action that moves with the wheels, which I really like that. that shoots the rockets in a wonderful chrome, and that's the wheel thing that fired it. I may try it, but I'm very inclined not to. That's the radar scanner thing, but if you, on the original, if you pushed it, yeah, there we go. That lethal blade cut them straight out, but then just click straight back in again. It's beautiful. This is so incredible. I really feel like I'm holding a piece of my childhood, whilst at the same time it's got enough going on with it so that I know someone couldn't sell this as a mint condition original, if you know what I mean. Not that anyone would do that. It's even got the two I don't know if I can make it focus. It's got the two bat chutes at the back there, either side of the flame. The detailing is fantastic. Yep, and it's got Batman on the bottom. It always reminded me of the sort of chocolate bars you could get in the 70s, where you'd have a figure on it, and you'd still eat it anyway, but they had a full sort of figure on it. Let's have a look, if we can, at the detailing inside. Let's see the easiest way of going about that. I'll have a bit of a zoom in. So there's the license, but you can see, yeah, I think some of it is wishful thinking detailing, or well-intentioned detailing. There are some things on there. Most of it looks like it's under panel work, so I don't know, maybe we can see a bit more inside. Let me zoom out again slightly just for a second. I want to see something, because I remember my old ones. I'm scared to do this because it might not. I don't think they can. Oh, they can. They can. Can they? Can they versus should they, I suppose. But it looks like Batman and Robin aren't fixed into the seats. They look like they're, they look like they're actually loose figures. So it may well be that they can come out. However, just because they can come out, which is what I was just saying to myself, doesn't necessarily mean that they should come out. But let's have a little bit of a look at the detailing there on Batman and Robin. Yeah, I don't know really what to say about those heads. That's the stuff of nightmares for kids, I think, let's be honest. But given the scale and the teeny tininess of them, it is indicative, isn't it? You know, it gives you the sense that they're in there. Well, they are in there, without them having to actually go too mad with the detailing. I can see the fire hydrant, and the fire extinguisher thing. There you go. You can just see it there in the camera next to Batman's shoulder. So there is some great detailing in there. The bat phone is in there. Yep, I can see that. It's almost like Batman's hand is reaching for it, and if you can see that there, the closer I go, it sort of loses its integrity. This is beautiful. Absolutely. So it can sit in there without the plastic, which is nice. I am, however, I think super inclined to keep the plastic on there, because I don't think I would want to necessarily risk anything happening to it whilst it's in there. And I might adjust that front wheel as well, because it's annoying me that it's the wrong way up. There we are. But I think this is beautiful, and I think if they carry on releasing these, they're going to do really, really well. There's so many sort of classic Corgi vehicles from the 50s, the 60s. I think they're doing Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There might be more Bond. I think I think I saw an advert where they were doing some of the more recent Bond cars, which is, you know, lovely. And I could be tempted, if I'm honest. But I would love to see, I think it's a Lotus Esprit, and I can never remember, I think it is, that went underwater in The Spy Who Loved Me, and I had one of those, but it was a bit pants. I mean, it wasn't, because it was all about your imagination, because it did do the thing where it shot the various fins out, but the reason I say it was a bit pants is because the wheels were all just covered up, so you never really saw the wheels. It was kind of already in half submarine mode when it was supposed to be in car mode. but such was the limitations of engineering at the time. And again, I've got that somewhere, and that had a rocket firing arrangement at the back, if I remember rightly. But if they do manage to pull that out of the hat, that would be another fantastic thing that I would love to see, and would most definitely sign up for. So let me just pull out a little there. Maybe if I can situate the box a bit in front of it, because I do think it is, as a set, I think this is really lovely. But talking about sets, I think it would be even more lovely. I'll just adjust down slightly, bear with me. Even more lovely if we could see that 3-pack reimagined, because who wouldn't want, especially if you had them, who wouldn't want those 3 classic Batmobile, Batman vehicles in their sort of Corgi origin story format? Absolutely splendiferous. Folks, thank you so much. I don't think I'm going to put, I know I always take some photos of the toys for the back end of the videos. I don't think I'm going to do any action shots with this, purely because I don't want to risk taking outside. I remember playing with mine as a child, and the scratches and the dints and the flaking off of the paintwork and all of that stuff, and losing the figures that were inside it, and obviously all of that. So I think if I do some shots, it'll probably be of this sort of arrangement and setup, because I just think it's beautiful. If you're looking for some action shots of the car, they may not be there, but there will be some nice shots hopefully nice shots of this setup. What would you like to see in future Corgi releases? Do you want to get this? I haven't joined the Corgi club, so if you want to pick this up, you can pick this up by ordering directly from Corgi. Excuse me. You may even find it's available on secondary market now, or at the very least other retailers. To be honest, I wouldn't do that route. I would go with Corgi, because that shows Corgi firsthand that there is a market for these. So I would encourage you, unless they've sold out completely, and even then I'd still say register your interest for when it comes back in. Yeah, I would try and go direct to the retail, to the manufacturer who is selling it directly on their website. So try that out. You might find it one of the most rewarding buys of your toy collecting existence. I can't tell you how transported I am just holding this. So much so I walked away from picking up the Jerry Anderson Stingray model, because I thought, well, I was never really that into Stingray. I'd watched it if it was on, because I was a kid and that's what we did. We didn't have anything else. And again, I never had a toy of Stingray, so it didn't resonate with me as much as this did. But having had this in my hand, I now kind of want to have the Stingray submarine in my hand as well. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below if you have picked this up. What do you think of it? If you haven't, do you think you now will as a result of seeing this, or has this convinced you you're not going to bother? I'm happy either way, because one of the reasons I do this is to help people make those very decisions. And again, what would you like to see Corgi re-release with a slightly modern edge to its classic issues of old school toys from franchises, or not, but particularly from franchises from my point of view? Would be fantastic if you could let me know. And whilst you're doing that, I haven't mentioned it because you all know this stuff anyway, but it would be brilliant if you could like the video, and of course drop a channel subscription as well. Would be amazing. As anyone who's a long-standing visitor here knows, I am trying to get to my next subscriber milestone. So if you can subscribe completely free of charge and with no expectation or obligation, that would be fantastic, and I'd very much appreciate it. And if you let me know that you've subscribed in the comments, I will thank you personally. Anyway, that's about it for me here. You've been a fantastic audience. Thanks for sticking around for the last 21 minutes or so. I've been the Triple TC, that is the Time Travelling Toy Collector, and this has been the Corgi Toys reproduction 1960s Batmobile And it's just, it is the epitome of me saying to you that a thing of beauty really is a toy forever. Take care, bye-bye for now, and I look forward to seeing you in a future or past video on the very same Bat channel. Bye-bye for now.